Welcome to the Uncomplicated Perimenopause Podcast. I'm Kate Grosvenor, your friendly perimenopause expert and life coach.
And I'm Gabriella, Kate's daughter, representing all the women who are nowhere near perimenopause but want to understand it better.
Whether you're just starting your perimenopause journey, deep into it, or you're a loved one trying to support someone who is, we've got you covered.
We'll be answering all of your burning questions, exploring the ups and downs, and sharing expert advice and personal insights.
So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's dive into the wonderful, sometimes wild, world of perimenopause together.
And remember, no matter where you are on your journey, you are not alone.
Welcome to the Uncomplicated Perimenopause. Hello, my darlings, and welcome to episode 8 of the Uncomplicated Perimenopause Podcast. My name is Kate Grosvenor. I'm a perimenopause expert and life coach.
And I'm Gabriella Grosvenor, Kate's daughter, here to learn with you all.
And as always, I don't have a Scooby's understanding or clue about what today's podcast is going to be about because I haven't seen the question. So, my darling daughter, what are we talking about today? What is the question?
Darling mother.
Yes.
The question is from Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Lauren would like to know if you've ever struggled with itchy ears, joint pain, and hair loss.
Oh, okay. Perimenopause. Yeah.
If so, what remedies would you recommend she try? Because the only thing that she's been given by her doctors at the moment are patches.
Okay, so I presume patches, she means HRT patches. Let's presume that's what she means. Right. Let's crack on. Let's dive into this thing. Let's start with hair loss because that hair loss can be really, really, their hair is their crowning glory. Okay, so it's very emotional for women, hair loss in perimenopause. About 40% of women will suffer from hair thinning or hair loss in perimenopause, and it can be very, very distressing. What happens to your hair in perimenopause usually is genetic in some ways, but you can help a lot of it through lifestyle. It comes down through your mother's side of the family.
How's your hair loss going?
I don't have any.
Brilliant.
So, yeah. And neither did my mum, really. My mum's got slightly thinner, but not massively. So a lot of it is genetic, but you can help yourself through lifestyle. And there are certain things that you can do to help yourself medically and also at home. So what we know for sure is that hair loss is predominantly caused by the change in estrogen. Surprise! It's estrogen, our friend estrogen again. When our bodies lose a lot of the estrogen, which they do in perimenopause, we know that estrogen levels decline. That is the thing that reduces the hair follicle. Our hair follicles shrink. And when our hair follicles shrink, our hair gets thinner. Our hair gets thinner, the hair strands get weaker. When our hair gets weaker, they can then either break or they get thinner in general. We very rarely lose hair at our temples. With women, what you'll see is the hair kind of goes a bit see-through.
Okay.
So at the top of the hair, it starts to look a bit see-through.
Okay.
That's usually how, with women, you'll see it. But then it can start to look weaker and start to snap.
Snap?
Yeah, so it kind of like breaks off.
Oh.
So what you'll see with women that have got thinning hair, I can't really show you if you're listening, but if you're watching on a video, you'll see this, and I've just made a mess of my own hair. But you'll see that you start to get very fine hairs, or you look like you've got baby hairs around your scalp, around the front. But what it actually is hair that's broken off.
Okay.
So you look like you've got lots of little hairs, but it's actually hair that's broken. So what can you do? Lifestyle-wise, first of all, if you are on HRT, so if she's on the patches, her doctor has actually given her, regardless of what patches she's on, she will have been given some form of HRT with estrogen because there's no way the doctor's given her any type of patch that doesn't contain estrogen. Yeah. So she's either on a combi patch or she's on an estrogen patch. I don't have any of the background, but whatever patch she has, it's got estrogen in it. So her body will be now given estrogen back. So that will help her body produce estrogen or be given estrogen. So that will help her hair. Will she see an immediate improvement? No, but it will help over the long term strengthen her hair and produce hair. But she also has to do other things as well. So she might start to see regrowth now she's got estrogen, but she'll have to do other things for it to, over the long term, see an improvement. So she'll have to be managing her stress. So one of the things about perimenopause is that we are more likely to feel stress during perimenopause than pretty much any other time during our lives. So if you are very, very stressed, that is going to affect your hair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever been through periods of anxiety and your hair has looked extremely dull, or it's broken, or you've had hair loss. Yeah. So even if you've been given HRT and then you're very, very stressed, the chances are one will cancel out the other.
Okay.
So you've got to be managing stress is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is eating a diet that's rich in whole grains and fruit and veg. So you need a very nutrient-dense diet for your hair. Okay, so those are kind of two things just off the bat. Number three is making sure you have a diet that's rich in collagen.
Okay.
Now, collagen is one of those things that we know is very, very good for hair, skin, nails, joints. Now, I'm going to show you, there's two types of collagen that you can buy. Collagen is, again, it's when you start to have less estrogen, your body's not going to make the collagen anymore. So it's one of those things where you used to make it a lot naturally and you're now not going to.
Mm-hmm.
So you can buy collagen.
Yeah.
Like literally you'll see people produce, you'll see adverts for marine collagen, for bovine collagen, for collagen gel, for collagen, all different types of collagen. I'll show you the one that I've got a packet somewhere. I'll show you the one that we've just launched literally days ago. Probably like 2 days ago by the time this podcast comes out.
So if you need collagen, you know where to go.
Yeah. The reason being that we've just launched one that we've literally curated especially for perimenopausal women. The reason being is most collagen is produced for hair, skin and nails. We've just launched one for perimenopausal women because it's hair, skin, nails and joints. So when we talk about joints later on, it's very, very important because it's collagen type 1 and 3. Most collagen is marine collagen, which is good for hair, skin and nails. So yes, if you're talking about hair, it will help her, but it won't do anything for her joints.
Okay.
So marine collagen, I've got 2 issues with marine. I personally have 3 issues with marine collagen. First of all, I don't like the smell of fish.
Yeah.
And other people will say it doesn't smell of fish. I have a very, very sensitive sense of smell.
If you've watched the episode previously, you'll know.
Yeah, episode number 7. Yeah, I smell everything. I've got a very, very strong sense of smell. So marine collagen is an absolute no-go for me.
It's not really appealing though, something that smells like fish.
Most people can't smell it. So most women will say, doesn't smell of fish whatsoever.
Is it supposed to?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I can straight away smell it, and a lot of my friends can say they can smell it, but a lot of women say, I don't know what you're talking about. I can absolutely smell the fish. So my friend gave it to me to drink, and I went, oh my God, and no, like, can't. I just
you
can't.
look sick thinking about it.
No, it was like, but I don't like the smell of fish. Yeah. Never have done. So a lot of women, they're absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. So that's my personal issue with marine collagen. But for perimenopausal women, there's 2 issues that I have with marine collagen. First of all, it's not going to do anything for your joints, and you need something for your joints. Collagen is like the glue for our body.
Okay.
It helps glue everything together. So it's going to help support your joints. It's going to help support your skin, make your skin bouncy. It's going to help your hair be strong. It's going to help your nails strength and flexibility. So it's an absolute glue for your whole body. Really, really important. But with the marine collagen, it's your skin, hair and nails. With the perimenopause collagen that we've just developed, it's for your joints as well. So that's really important. Number 2, marine collagen, you can't source the fish. It sounds really strange, but fish swim around. You don't know where they come from. And unfortunately, in this day and age, the seas are polluted.
Yeah.
Bottom line. So you don't know where the fish are coming from. The collagen that we've created, this isn't a big advert for our collagen, but this is not what this is about. But I know exactly where it comes from in Sweden. So I know it's from grass-fed cows from Sweden. I know exactly the area it comes from. So I know that it's organically fed cattle from Sweden. So I'm just sure of its origin. And for me, that's really, really important. So
that's such a flex. My collagen's from cows in Sweden.
From cows in Sweden. And yeah. I feel like they're my buddies. But yeah, so collagen is really important, as is vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need so the best recipe for healthy hair in perimenopause: HRT, collagen, and vitamin D. The combination of those three, really important for strong hair. That's your kind of supplement and your medical type of thing in one. And then a diet that's rich in fruit and veg and whole grain. If you do that, you're giving yourself the best chance. Lifestyle-wise, manage your stress. Exercise, those two things, massively important. And then also be really, really careful about your heat appliances that you're going to use.
Like what?
So hair straighteners.
Okay.
Hair dryers. Because your hair is going to be more fragile. Bearing in mind you've got less glue in your hair. You've got less stretchy fibre in your hair. So be very, very aware of using heat protector. So there's oils as well that you, by the way, I'm not sponsored by anybody, so just bear that in mind. But using something like, I use a product called Sebastian Dark Oil, very, very good. And they do a product called No Breakage as well.
Okay.
So if you spray the No Breakage on your hair and then you use the dark oil, you're actually protecting your hair. And then if you put heat protector on it, and then you're using a hairdryer that uses as low heat as possible, or you let your hair dry naturally, you're going to give your hair the best chance to not break. But if you're constantly using straighteners, you're constantly using a hairdryer, and you're not protecting your hair, you're not creating a barrier between your hair and the heat, you're really giving your hair not much of a chance.
What do you think of hair oils and hair masks and
it depends on what you're using. You're going to get what you're paying for. Some of the products don't penetrate. So if you're using, they smell nice, but they're just going to sit on top of your hair, don't bother.
Because you've got nice hair.
Thank you. My hairdresser, shout out to Michael from Hair Emporium.
We love Michael
and Kaylee.
And Kaylee. Yes, of course.
We love them. But he always says I'm top of the class because I take very, very specific care of my hair.
Oh, he's told me, I'm not allowed to see him next time unless my hair looks similar to yours. He was like, I said to him, can I see you in a few months? And he's like, only if you promise to use your mother's products and ask her how she uses it.
Oh, okay.
And then I could not see him for 2 months.
Oh, perfect.
So shout out to you.
Michael. So it's another dimension, Hair Emporium in Barnsley. But yes, if you use the correct products and you use them how they're specified, then you're giving your hair the best chance. If you there was a big thing on TikTok where this rosemary oil was going around and everyone was using it, but they were buying things and using it incorrectly, and then they were being influenced by people burning their scalp. I mean, ask your hairdresser rather than a TikTok. I'm a TikTok influencer, but I'm not going to teach you how to do your
Ask Kate or your hairdresser.
But don't ask me about hair, really. But there were a lot of people buying products that were recommended to them by non-hairdresser people, non-qualified people, then burning their scalp and getting into quite a lot of problems. It wasn't great, not going to lie. So, yes, don't do that, please. But you can use a scalp routine with some kind of oils, the scalp massages that you can use. But do ask your hairdresser, go back to your hairdresser, talk to them. A lot of us don't want to be vulnerable because we feel like our hairdressers aren't interested. Our hairdressers aren't going to help us. What are they there for? Well, if your hairdresser's not interested, please change your hairdresser.
Yeah.
Because, when we go to Michael.
He's more passionate about our hair, I think, than we are.
As passionate. Yeah. I am quite passionate about it. But you need to be talking, you need to find a hairdresser. When you're in your perimenopause, you should try and surround yourself with people that care, because being surrounded by people that are ignorant to your needs or don't care about your needs is very cruel to do to yourself at certain points in your life. It's a form of, I'm going to say something and it sounds harsh. Bear with me, please. But it's almost like a form of self-abuse. Because the opposite of self-love is self-abuse. And you need people around you that are taking care of you, listening to you, comforting you, soothing you. You don't need people around you that are taking advantage of you, taking your money and ignoring you, non-caring. If you've got a hairdresser that's a bully or arrogant or just doesn't care, doesn't listen to you, find another hairdresser. There are beautiful humans out there. And if you don't find one and you live in South Yorkshire, please let me know, because I will tell you where to go. You can WhatsApp me and I will tell you where to go. Okay, so that's about hair. So it's a combination of supplements like collagen. I'll put the link to our collagen in the show notes. It's really, really good for you. I promise you. Amazing for you.
Beautiful packaging.
Oh, yes. If I'll show you. If you, she's just reminded me, if you are watching this on video, if you're not, I'm really sorry, but I will put it in show notes. Yes, collagen, vitamin D are the supplements you really want for your hair, and HRT, healthy diet full of fruit and veg and whole grains, lifestyle such as diet, managing your stress, and then don't fry your hair, basically. What was the other one? Itchy ears. Itchy ears I talked about in the last episode as well, but just to reiterate, try not to scratch them too much with a cotton bud, and just a little bit of olive oil on a cotton pad would do well. I know it's annoying, but try not to abuse them too much. And collagen as well will help a little bit with the itchy ears, because the thing is that when you've got reducing the your estrogen levels, everything that's moist membrane will start to dry out, your ears included, your eyes, all these kind of areas. So that will help. What was the other one? Joints.
Joint pain, yeah.
And this is where the collagen comes in. I feel like I'm just promoting collagen today. I'm like, here's one I prepared earlier.
No, but you've literally found a solution.
I have found a solution.
You've got to promote your solution.
Yeah, okay, I do. So collagen, again, for the win with joints. So collagen, the bovine collagen, which is what we have, which is collagen number 1 and 3, not marine collagen, bovine collagen is really, really important. So that will help the tissue, and it helps, it's like the glue that supports the joints. Other things that you need to do, so collagen, really important, and some type of oil. I don't mean WD-40 when I say this. You don't know what WD-40 is. I looked at her. WD-40 is, when the door goes, and then Scott comes along with a blue can.
Yes, I know this blue can.
The blue can, yes. It's like, ding. The blue can is WD-40. So that's why I was like, not WD, because you imagine if your knee is creaking.
Yeah.
And oh, dear Lord.
I'm just such a Gen Z girl. How would I know that?
That joke fell so flat, wasn't even remotely funny.
That's so funny.
When you have to explain it, it's just not.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You tried at least. Do you know what the lovely thing about Gabby is? She tries to laugh. My dad, right? I don't know if you can relate to this. My dad, bless him, late 70s, right? He comes and he says, "Stop me if I've told you this. Have you heard the one about?" And I go, "Yeah, you've told me."
Yeah.
Because I cannot. I'm ADHD, right? I'm on the spectrum.
I was going to say Rowan can't listen either.
Rowan, my middle daughter, exactly the same. We cannot. If you've told us a joke, I am not going to listen to it again. I'm not. It probably wasn't even funny the first time.
It's never funny, but it's polite.
Yeah, but it's like, if somebody says, "Stop me if I've told you."
But they want to tell you again. So it's just the joy of them telling the story.
Right, but if somebody says, it's like dishonesty to me. I have this thing about honesty. And somebody says, "Stop me if I've told you." And then they start to tell you. For me, it's like, well, you've told me. They've said to you, they've given you very clear instructions. "Stop me if I've told you." And then they start to tell you, I'll go, "You've told me," because they've said, "Stop me if I've told you." And I'll say, "You've told me," because they've told you to stop.
That ruins the joke or the conversation.
But it wasn't funny in the first place. Anywho, Gabby, bless her, will let him tell her the second, the third, even the fourth time. Like the one about
and react. Bladder. He tells me stuff like one day, and then 2 days later I'll see him again and he'll tell me the same story. And I really want to say, yeah, I was there. I was actually there when you got that text. I actually helped you write the response. But it's like, oh, really? Oh, my God.
So sweet.
Tell me more.
She's so cute. I can't. And there's no part of my brain that will allow that to happen. But at least you tried about the WD-40. Anyway, back to the joints, back in the room. So when you have creaking joints, there's certain things that you need to do. One of them is collagen, because collagen, the bovine collagen, perimenopause collagen, will help you. It will help to be the glue that will support the joint, okay? The other thing you need is oil, because you need lubrication. So when we're talking about oil, we're talking about omegas. So omega oils, or we could be talking about rapeseed oil. So very few women in perimenopause will still have oily skin, because as we said, all of your skin is drying out, all the membranes are drying out. But if you did have oily skin, I had the oiliest skin growing up. I mean, like, I had cystic acne, which is one of the reasons, like, my skin's still decent now, because it's only just now becoming normal. Even until 5 years ago, it was still oily. I still have combination skin at the best now.
Yeah.
If you are one of the few women that have oily skin now, you wouldn't use omega oil. You would use rapeseed oil, because omega might still cause a very oily reaction in your skin. And
you don't want more oil?
If you had oily skin now, no, you wouldn't. Yeah. But for everybody else, omega 3, 6, whatever, combination omega oils. And that would help you to have lubrication on your joints, because we buy these things, right? Us women, we go to Holland & Barrett, or other retailers are available. Go to Amazon or any other wholesale healthcare brands, and we buy these supplements, and we start taking them, and we don't really know why we're taking them. We know somebody at some point has said, you should have omegas. And we go, oh yes, I should have omegas. That sounds nice. I should have omegas. What are they for? Brain? Somebody said at some point they're good for our brain. So we buy them and we put them next to our bed, and we take them for a few weeks, and then we get bored and we don't know what they're for. And we don't really want to take them because it's just an extra thing to remember. So we kind of get bored and we don't do that anymore. So I'm here to tell you why omegas, beautiful for your brain. Your brain loves fat.
It does.
I'm not talking about salt and vinegar crisps, Abby. I'm not talking about salt and vinegar crisps. Your brain, one's brain, our brains love fat, and they need healthy fats. So olive oil, avocados, omegas. So omegas are really, really good for you. Very good for your joints as well as your brain. So if you gave it omegas every night and you gave it collagen, very nice combination for joints, and you need to move. If you're very, very sedentary, your brain, you need to move so that you have natural lubrication. So you need to build up the muscle around the joint as well. So if you don't build up the muscle, what you're doing is you're just putting all the strain on the joint, and the muscle isn't taking any of the weight. Yeah. So things like Pilates, yoga, swimming, all of these things, very, very, very good. You don't need to be lifting massive amount of weight during the perimenopause. Like weight-bearing exercise, people always go about weight-bearing exercise, like bodybuilding, lifting weights. I get why they would say that, but the problem is that we don't need more stress. We don't need to be using stress in perimenopause. We need to be getting rid of our stress. So using our body as body resistance is really healthy for us. So things like yoga, Pilates, swimming, walking, really, really good. We do need to keep moving. Yeah. Extremely healthy for us to be moving. And when we move, we will naturally be lubricating the joints. But if we give ourselves the oils in our diet, plus collagen, we're going to be doing the best we can possibly do for our joints. And the added bonus of omegas is that our brain absolutely loves them. Very, very good for you. Fabulous. Well, does that answer all the questions? Yes, it was hair loss,
joint pain,
joints, and itchy ears.
Yes.
Was it? Fantastic. I hope that helps. All right, my darlings. So that was episode, 8 of the Uncomplicated Perimenopause Podcast. As always, we are here to answer your questions. So if you want to be the next person to pop us a question, you can do that in one of two ways. You can send us a WhatsApp on the number below, or you can pop into our perimenopause group on Facebook. The details are below. if you don't even want to ask us a question, but you want to be one of our lovely group, so you would like some support, or you just like to hang out with women just like you can join our group as well. We'd love to have you. Until next week, we hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. Take care of yourself and remember to stay uncomplicated. Thanks for joining us today on the Uncomplicated Perimenopause Podcast. We hope you found this episode helpful and inspiring.
Don't forget, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, you can reach out through our perimenopause group or on WhatsApp.
For more information on my coaching, perimenopause supplements, books or upcoming events, please visit www.kategrosvenor.com.
And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. It really helps us reach more listeners just like you.
Until next time, remember, perimenopause doesn't have to be complicated. We're here to help you every step of the way.
Stay uncomplicated.